Mullet MADJACK, upon just playing it for an hour, instantly shot up to my best game of 2024 contenders. It's that fun. Several channels in the shooter scene are going to be covering this game, and I think they're all going to recommend it. And in my video, I'm going to try to laser focus on the gameplay. To complement Mullet MADJACK's retro art style, you've got a silly retro premise. You've been called upon to rescue a hot babe at the top of a tower. She's been kidnapped by a robotic billionaire wanting to do some kind of cult ritual on her, and it's up to you to get her back. The twist is that it's a future where your efforts are actually being streamed to the world live, with a host commenting on your progress and a live stream chatting about your performance. The gimmick is that you're only able to stay alive for 10 seconds, but if the crowd is entertained, they will gift you more time. So as you're running through the levels, blowing people away, killing them in more fun styles will result in a larger time bonus. Levels are very short, ranging from 30 seconds to a minute long, with a boss fight every 10 floors. After you kill a boss, the next 10 floors add some kind of new obstacle. It might be toxic floors or laser hazards you can jump over or throw enemies into, which gives a larger time bonus. You'll see new enemies introduced like the chainsaw guys that jump at you and big shield guys wielding magnums. As you pass each floor, you'll be given a selection of upgrades. One will be a weapon change, and the others will be a random selection of buffs to your character. And there's a lot to choose from. You can increase your total seconds by 1, you can get a damage increase after reloading, become immune to certain hazards, chance for bullets to explode on impact, get an extra time bonus for headshots or nut shots. Yeah, you can shoot everyone in the dick, RoboCop style. I told you, instant Game of the Year material. The upgrades stack onto each other until you defeat the boss, and then they're wiped out, and you have to find more. So each 10 floors is like a fresh experience. But this is also a roguelike, so if you die, you go back to the first floor of the section. You don't go all the way back to floor 1, just the first floor of the 10 that you're on, which is a much less frustrating way to do things. There is a permadeath difficulty option, but I'd recommend saving that for when you're a pro. After you kill a boss, you get a permanent upgrade, Slay the Spire style, giving you the ability to re-roll your upgrade choices after each floor, or unlocking higher level weapons. Sadly, there's not much variety here. You're gonna see the same choices when you play, and I hope they add some more things to choose from. The recommended difficulty for FPS veterans is Challenge, and I think that's generally a good spot for you to start if you have a pretty good handle on things and you don't mind some periods of frustration here and there. The rest of you will probably want to play on normal until you understand the game better, because death is so punishing. Alright, so the mechanics, they are so good. Everything comes together perfectly in this beautiful flow of chaos, and the game really holds you accountable. Using challenge difficulty as our base experience, when the counter hits 0, you die, and taking damage takes away time. So the timer is also like your life bar. An up-close shotgun blast or a magnum shot from a shield guy can take away a bunch of time and put you near death. Killing enemies gives your timer a 1-second boost, but headshotting them, or shooting them in the dick, is a 2-second boost. But it's not all about precision shots on the body, you've also got explosives attached to walls, and using environmental kills gives a 2-second bonus. You can get these environmental kills by kicking them into acid, or into fans, or electricity panels, making them fall to their death. Basically, any way of killing them outside of just a regular way gives extra time. You could kick a drone into a guy and it explodes, killing them both. You get the 1-second kill bonus for the drone, you get a 2-second explosion bonus for the guy, plus a combo bonus. So you can see really quickly that playing like a stylish badass will result in a lot of extra time. You'll be on the verge of death and get a last-second headshot followed by a combo kill, and you'll be back on top. You can also find soda machines that fully replenish your time, and it even gives you a state of invulnerability for a few seconds, because as you're drinking the soda, you're constantly getting time bonuses. Use this to your advantage and just barrel through everyone or fly through some hazards not caring about the damage. Scattered around the level, you'll find axes, knives, weapons that can be used for an insta-kill. These finisher moves will kill any normal enemy in the game, and can even be used on little drones or mines. They refill your time back to 10 seconds, so hold on to these for when you're close to death, or use them on someone you think is about to do big damage to you. One of the first things I noticed about the game was the stun system, and the synergy between your gun and the kick. But first we're going to see how the kick works. There are two ways to dash and kick in this game. One is by pressing shift, and the other is pressing mouse 2, right click. It's weird, two ways to do the same thing. Holding dash and running into someone will do the kick, but if you have one of the insta-kill items on you, right click will do the insta-kill instead of the kick. Are you following me? I use shift for dash and kick, and then for finisher I use right click. Kicking enemies is a huge part of Mullet MADJACK, and not just because of using hazards. Kicking puts them into a stun state, which is how you manage multiple enemies between shots or during reload animations. See, you're able to do multiple actions at once without interruptions. You can be reloading your gun and pick up a soda to refill your health at the same time, or kick someone while you're reloading so they don't shoot you and then you blast them. You'll be shooting someone with the shotgun, kicking another guy into a fan while the gun loads another shelf. You kick one guy just to stun him and then shoot his friend and then turn around and shoot him. It's really fun. Once you find that rhythm, this game blooms into a beautiful flower of destruction. You'll also be using guns to put enemies into important stun states. A quick body shot on a shotgunner will delay his targeting and let you get in close for an environmental kill, or just to set up a headshot. The normal white-suited pistol guys tend to shoot really quickly, but if you get off a shot before they shoot, you can stun them just for a moment. The chainsaw guys can really screw you up, but if you run at them before they leap at you, you can kick them to stun and then get an easy headshot. Or if you wait for them to leap, you can insta-kill with a gunshot or kick. And the shield guys are interesting because you can either A, shoot the shield multiple times to finally get them to drop it, B, run up and kick the shield out of their hands, C, target their feet to drop the shield a bit faster, D, target an explosive to instantly take down the shield, or E, this one is really hard, get a really precise headshot behind the shield. This is a fantastically dynamic enemy, and I wish they appeared more often in the later levels. Challenge difficulty will give any new player a kick in the groin as they get deeper into the game, and when you're ready, you can try hard mode, which has seen some significant changes since the game first went out for review. I'd like to talk about that a bit because this is a change that's happened just 2 days before launch, so other YouTube reviewers likely haven't seen this. After talking with the dev for a while about the difference between challenge and hard, we determined there just wasn't that much of a difference between them. Once you know how to play, they felt really similar, even though there were fewer health pickups and fewer insta-kill weapons. By that time, you're just flying through and headshotting everyone anyway. It became kinda easy to ignore a lot of the game's best mechanics. So we decided on a new hard mode that makes regular boring kills give 0 seconds. Headshots and nutshots give only 1 second, and environmental kills give 2. This creates a new flow that puts extra emphasis on precision and especially the use of a fun variety of explosions and shock panels and fans and kicking people through doors. It's a really fun way to play the game. I don't recommend starting on this difficulty, it's designed for people who have already passed challenge mode. But when you're ready, I highly recommend checking it out. We tested it right before launch and it feels amazing. I have also gotten permission to announce... Oh god, exclusive everybody, exclusive YouTuber news here. So I've gotten permission to announce that there will be another difficulty coming after launch, one that raises enemy damage by 1 second. This is going to make a huge difference and will separate the men from the boys. I love when there are difficulty options that push the skills of those with mastery, and I'm really excited about it. In addition to all the well-designed fast action, there's a cute sense of humor. Some of the boss fights had moments that made me laugh. There are some nice bits of dialogue with your Tamagotchi pet, And yeah, the streamer girl might get annoying for some, for me she didn't, but you do have the option to mute her.
You're dead? We have a special app just for corpses!
It is really unfortunate though that she repeats the exact same dialogue before and after every boss fight. It makes the encounters feel less special and makes her not feel like a real person anymore. And if I had one strong criticism, it would be that the levels generally feel the same. They definitely all have the same colors, which is all colors, I guess. You see the same rooms repeated over and over, just spaced out with newer rooms, but you're going to see a lot of the same spaces from beginning to end. Fortunately, what mixes it up is the floor structures changing every time you play and every time you die, so there's a minimal amount of memorization involved in your strategy, and that keeps it fresh. To conclude, Mullet MADJACK is so fun and so well put together. I recommend it to anyone on PC looking for a fast and satisfying shooter, something to wash the stink out of your mouth after the Phantom Fury debacle. I'm also really proud to have been able to play the game early and do a bunch of bug testing for the dev. So I want to give a special thank you to Sandro for listening to my feedback and working hard on getting things ironed out before launch. I know you guys were working under some difficult conditions, but you and your team made one of the best games of the year, and it's an honor to have helped even a little bit. Thanks for watching, everyone.
Better not to be the smartest person in the room.